very much, Karen. Great. Good afternoon, everybody. It's lovely to see you. Welcome to Windsor's virtual fan trip this afternoon. Right, I will share my screen straight away and we'll get cracking if this works for me. Always very wary of technology. Right, Elaine, is that showing okay?
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Karen's nodding. Karen's nodding, I can see. Right, okay. A very special year for Windsor, as you can imagine, with the Platinum Jubilee celebrations coming up this year. So I will touch on that a little bit further on. But really, it's for me to introduce or reintroduce Windsor to you, and then hand over to some wonderful key partners that we have collected here as well, to give you their updates and some exciting news for the year ahead. So Karen touched on this. We do have a really great travel trade re-engagement project on the go at the moment, and Karen is working alongside two other industry experts. They've been working since November on this project and will work through to the end of March for us. And we're bringing together partners right across the Royal Borough of Windsor and Maidenhead to really re-engage with all those travel trade partners that we have really missed seeing in Windsor and the Royal Borough over the last 2 years, and trying to gain an understanding of how much has changed and how things have moved on since the pandemic hit, and what more we can be doing to encourage you back to the Royal Borough. So we'll have a new travel trade strategy, a marketing plan. There's some wonderful new product development going on and some great conversations happening between our partners. We're creating new itineraries, and then all of that will be brought together in a new travel trade guide, which will be available quite soon. And then the final piece of the jigsaw will be a new trade portal on our website, where hopefully we will be providing you with all the information that you need to put your plans together to visit the Royal Borough, and hopefully make it a really appealing visit for your customers. So I know that Karen and the team have been talking to trade partners and getting their feedback and really developing what we're doing with them at heart, and I'm sure that your input is really welcome. So anything that you have for us that would help guide us and put together the right things for you would be massively helpful. And there is an opportunity to do that throughout this programme. So coming on to the plans for the year ahead, it is a unique and very special occasion in a unique and very special place. You'll all be aware that the Queen has spent most of the last 2 years at Windsor Castle. It has always been her favourite home, and it does make it a very, very special place because of that. So this year we are looking at a full programme of events throughout the whole of the year, not just the extended June bank holiday weekend, but really starting from early next month with the commemoration of her accession to the throne. And then there will be lots of events, new tours, new exhibitions. We've got partners creating new afternoon teas. We've got Dr. Chocs creating Platinum Jubilee chocolates at the moment. Bob's going to tell you about his new beer, I have no doubt. And we have a local gin maker as well, who is crafting a special Platinum Jubilee gin. So for us, right across the borough, but with a real focus on Windsor, it's going to be a fantastic year of celebration. So some of the events that might be of interest to you. Starting relatively low key with civic services and services in St George's Chapel to mark the accession day. Then into March, we've got a concert with the Windsor and Eton Choral Society. Then to mark the Queen's birthday, we have a 21-gun salute on the Long Walk, which is a very, very sweet event with miniature cannons lined up on the Long Walk. But my goodness, they make a very, very loud noise if you're not expecting it. Yeah, it can make you jump out of your skin. And then into major events, the Royal Windsor Horse Show this year is going to be rather special, and there is the evening celebration planned for that, the Platinum Jubilee celebration, a gallop through history, with the Queen expected to be in attendance on the Sunday night of that event. We have various schools activities going on, and then as we come into the summer, we have an ox roast on Bachelor's Acre. It's only done on Jubilee events. And so the last time we did this was 10 years ago. And it is a lovely community event to be part of. And then we will be lighting beacons. So across the country, beacons will be lit and Windsor will have probably 2 beacons. And then there'll be a spectacular fireworks display behind Windsor Castle. So the castle will be the backdrop to this firework display. Going on to a concert in St George's Chapel. There'll be a street party in Eton. And then on the Long Walk, over 2 days, we have a couple of major events. So on the Saturday, the picnic in the park and a classic car show. We'll have big screens on the Long Walk showing the celebrations going on in London. And it's just a great time for people to come and experience being on the Long Walk in a party atmosphere and celebrating the Jubilee. The following day then, we will have a picnic table on the Long Walk, and we're actually going to be trying to go for a Guinness World Record for the longest picnic table. And that will go from Cambridge Gate, just outside the castle, down the Long Walk. And it's going to be a sight to see, I should think. So again, the big screens will be there showing more activity going on around the country. And we'll probably have hampers that people can purchase to come and join that lunch. The Royal Windsor Rose and Horticultural Society Summer Show on June the 11th is moving from its home in the grounds of St George's School into Windsor Great Park, and that's going to be at the York Club within Windsor Great Park. So that is a very beautiful little summer show. And then in July, we're going to have at least 70 artists within the castle grounds and around the town centre in an art competition, painting the scenes around the castle and around the town. And then all those paintings will come together in an exhibition for everybody to see and purchase if they're interested. We've also got some signature projects, and a couple of which are going to make a real difference to the town centre. So you can see there's a diagram of a statue there. This is actually going to be a water drinking fountain, which will be located beside Queen Victoria's statue on Castle Hill going up to the entrance to the castle. So you can see it's rather ornate. It's being designed and manufactured by, or sculpted, I should say, by a company who sculpted a new statue that went into Ascot just recently, commemorating the war horse. So that probably won't be ready for the June weekend, but will come later in the year towards November. We've already started with our Queen's Green Canopy project, and we have schools across the borough who are already starting to plant trees. And our Windsor and Eton facelift project has already started as well. So this is where we encourage our businesses on the high streets to have a bit of a facelift. So repaint their frontages and just generally tidy up and look very smart, ready for the Jubilee. And then the last thing there, we have a lighting project for Windsor and Eton Bridge. Is just being discussed at the moment, but that would look rather beautiful when the bridge is lit up at night. So just a very quick run through there. As I say, we do really want your input into the work that the team are doing on this travel trade re-engagement project. That's the email address to send your communications to. And Karen is on the end of that. So it's a familiar face looking at the emails. But please also keep an eye on the two websites. We have a dedicated website for Platinum Jubilee, windsorplatinumjubilee.co.uk, and all new events are being uploaded onto that site, and all announcements for Windsor are being made through that site. So do make a note of that and keep checking back regularly if it's something that you're interested in. And then obviously windsor.gov.uk is our main site. And we are very, very busy bringing all of that up to date at the moment so that you can get all the opening times and prices that you need right across all our visitor attractions. But also we have more and more food offers going on. Accommodation partners are all listed on there as well. And lots of ideas and inspiration for a really, really cracking visit to the Royal Borough. So a bit of a whistle stop there, but I'm going to stop sharing and then I can hand over to the real experts. Amanda Bryant from Windsor Tourist Guides Limited will give you an update on what she's got planned for the year ahead. I have got that completely wrong. I'm handing over to Don at French Brothers. I just saw the look on Amanda's face. I'm handing over to Don, who's live from the Thames.
Well, hello, and thanks, Julia. That's a really interesting start to the meeting, and really good to see just how much is going on in Windsor for this Jubilee year, which is going to make it a really exciting place to be. You will notice that I am not in an office. I am actually on board a boat, reporting live, as Julia said, from the River Thames, because, as luck would have it, our IT system, here we are out on a mobile phone talking to you all today, which I really wanted to do because, you know, these virtual fan visits are just so important to allow us to get to engage with all of our friends out there in the industry. Missing seeing you all face to face, obviously, but hopefully we'll get to do that at Twickenham in the very near future. So I'm going to keep my presentation quite short, just purely and simply because of the resources I've got available. But I wanted to just really say that last year, obviously, things did start to pick up quite nicely in terms of doing trips and excursions for groups. We were pleasantly surprised to see so many of you coming back out and having day visits after such an awful period before. And we really just want to build on that success of last year with you know, some streamlined, efficient services that we're intending to continue to offer. So we've rationalized our group offering to be very, very sharp and focused on what we know that we can deliver, and still deliver the reassurance to everybody that they've been able to go out in a safe environment. So sorry to bring the conversation back down to COVID, but I don't think we can stop thinking about it just yet. And being an outdoor experience really should inspire confidence in groups. We are seeing lots of you engaging with us already. We've got very good outlook for the year in terms of groups visits, and it's what we're channeling a lot of our efforts into. We are really going to town to make sure that our group offering is swish in the 2022 season. So please pick up the phone, email us if you want you know, to find out how we can make your group visit work in what is going to be a very exciting year here at Windsor, with all of the things that Julia's already highlighted. We are continuing to maintain all of our COVID measures, making sure that the boats are safe for everybody, for you and for our staff. And we are continuing to maintain flexible cancellation policy. People can't come, then we are understanding of that. We're also understanding that some of the group sizes might not be quite as high as you as group organisers and tour operators would like. So book with confidence, phone us up. We will make these trips work for you. We've increased some of our offerings in terms of the number of days we're offering service trips, for example, so you can pretty much get what you want in terms of a trip out on the river, providing it's in our brochure. So not everything that we've done in the past is available, but what is there is available in abundance. So please pick up the phone. Lunch and tea cruises remain a speciality, and of course our partners working with people like Savile Gardens, etc., to be able to provide that one-stop shop, if you like, for a unique visit out into Windsor. So if you've got any questions for me, because I'm going to have to disappear, please ping me an email. I'm happy to answer any of your questions. So don@frenchbrothers.co.uk. Always happy to give you a prompt response now. But I wish you all a pleasant new year and a successful year. And I think now I hand over to Amanda. Is that right?
Yes, that's right, Don. Thank you very much indeed. Hello, everybody. I'll just get my screen sharing. So I'm the director and founder of Windsor Tourist Guides Limited. We're a multi-award winning company that I founded in 2006. And we take blue badge guided tours of Windsor Castle and also Windsor Town. Up until the pandemic, we would host around 6,000 visitors per year to the castle and town. Of course, like everybody, we've had a fallow couple of years, but we really look forward to welcoming you and your groups again to Windsor this year. As everybody's been saying, an exciting year with Her Majesty's Platinum Jubilee. All our guides are professional blue badge tourist guides, so a little bit like holding a Michelin star. They hold the highest level of guiding qualifications, and they are trained in guiding those with special access needs as well. They hold the Windsor Castle accreditation, which means they can take your groups around the castle, and only blue badge tourist guides can do this at Windsor Castle. And finally, and importantly, they all hold full public liability insurance. Now, this year we can help with 2 tours for you if you come to the town. The first is a Platinum Jubilee Town Walk, and the second is a Windsor Castle guided tour. So look at the first one first of all, which is the Platinum Jubilee Town Walk. The Queen grew up in Windsor Great Park at Royal Lodge. She was an evacuee at Windsor Castle during World War II, and it's been an official residence throughout her reign. More recently, of course, it's been a place of refuge since the global pandemic. And what the walk does is it unfolds her love of Windsor over those 70 years. The walk does not go inside the castle. It stays in the town. We will see the castle from the outside. We will look into the Royal Mews, the Long Walk, the River Thames, and we will see various Jubilee statues and sculptures that have been erected around the town over the last silver, golden, diamond Jubilee as well. The fee for the walk is for the Blue Badge Guide, not a per person fee. So it gives you total flexibility if numbers go up or numbers go down. So it's £190 per Blue Badge Guide, which works out at about £6 per person if you've got a group of 30. We can take large groups, although if you have more than around 25 people, we'd recommend another guide, just so that everybody can see and everybody can hear. We have no VAT on top of that. We're not large enough yet. The second thing we can help you with is if you're booking a tour of Windsor Castle for your group, why not have a Blue Badge Guide for a half day as well? So we can meet your groups at Windsor Coach Park, railway station, or at your central hotel if you're staying in the town. We can walk them up to the castle safely, take them through security and help with any access needs they might have. The Blue Badge Guide would then give a guided tour of the precincts, tell the visitors about St George's Chapel and the state apartments, which they would be able to explore at their leisure. As well as that, we'd be able to make sure that the group were in the right place at the right time, for example, to see the guard change. And after the tour, we can help out with the town familiarisation. So we can show your groups where all the restaurants, the cafes, if they need banks, if they need pharmacies, and any special requests at all, we can help out with that. The fee, again, is exactly the same as a town walk. So to hire a Blue Badge Guide, £190, and of course, you would have your Windsor Castle tickets on top of that. Our tours can be a morning tour, finishing no later than 1 PM, or an afternoon tour anytime after 1:30 PM. And all of these tours can be mixed and matched with our other Windsor partners. So, for example, you could have a morning boat tour with French Brothers, and then a Platinum Jubilee town walk in the afternoon, or a Platinum Jubilee town walk in the morning, and a visit to the Windsor and Eton Brewery in the afternoon. So we all work very, very closely together. So happy to do any mix and match tours. My details are on the screen now, so if you've got any inquiries, don't hesitate to email me or give me a call. Very happy to discuss any requirements that you've got, and we really look forward to welcome you back to Windsor in what's going to be this really exciting year. So I'm going to stop sharing now, and I'm going to hand over to Bob at the Windsor and Eton Brewery.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, everybody. I'm Bob. I'm one of the founders of the Windsor and Eton Brewery, and I'm going to take you through a short deck just to explain a little bit about what we do here and how we, I think, can help people's visit to Windsor be different, and in addition, as Amanda said, to the other things that are already here. So I'm going to try and share my screen. I apologize if I'm very poor on this, because we were essential services. Obviously, alcohol was essential during lockdown. So I've been on the receiving end of many Zooms, but I don't normally control them. So if I get this wrong, Julia or somebody step in to help me, but I'm going to do the share screen. So hopefully that'll work. Can everyone hear me okay? Okay. I'm also, by the way, on a mode of transport, not quite as exciting as Don's. I'm sat on a horse-drawn dray without the horses. And sat actually in our new tap room. So I'll spin the camera around at some point. You can have a look. Hang on. Right. I'm hitting share screen, but nothing is happening. Sorry.
Is it coming up when you hit share screen? Does it give a number of windows to choose?
It is, yes, but none that I can't see one that I reckon. I can just hit the first one. Shall I see what comes up? It's not coming up with a name. Hang on. Let's try that again. Sorry.
If not, I'll take over for you if you want.
Okay, do you want to do that? That might be great, yeah?
Yeah, bear with me. I'm just opening it.
Thank you. Thank you for doing that.
No problem.
So, as I said, Windsor and Eaton Brewery, we're a royal craft brewery in a royal town. And if I go on to the next page, Windsor was famous for hundreds of years actually for making beer. It had an amazing reputation for both the quality and the consistency of its beers. It was at the forefront of some of the technological developments. For those on the left-hand side, that's a saccharometer. And really all of that came to an end in 1931 when the last brewery closed as part of the consolidation in the British industry. And four friends, we decided we'd get together and bring brewing back to the heart of Windsor. That's the four of us down there, bottom left. We look a little bit like that, just 12 years older, 12 years older and grayer. But we have successfully brought craft brewing back to the heart of Windsor, and we've done some more. So 12 years on, we're still fully independent. We're locally owned. We now brew about 1.5 million pints of beer annually. And as I said there, we employ a number of staff, 70 staff over our brewery site and our 4 bars. We've entered and won many competitions. We have over 70 international, national, regional and local beer awards. And we supply beer to lots and lots of pubs, lots of supermarkets, and some sort of standout places. And I'll just pick out a couple here. One is the Globe Theatre, and the other is the House of Commons. And the Globe Theatre, we have a special edition of our Capital Lager that features a Shakespearean actor on the London stage. We really are a big part of the craft brewing movement here. So we're members of SEBA's independent British craft brewery. We're also founder members of the London Brewers Alliance. So we're the only brewery outside of the M25 that is a member of the LBA. And that's largely because we're founder members. So we're part of the force that called that group together. And when we started the LBA, there were 11 breweries and now there's over 100. So it's been a revival of craft brewing in London and its surrounding areas. And 3 years ago, we were appointed, we were given the Royal Warrant. So we are the only brewery with a warrant to supply beer, Her Majesty the Queen. So we've been busy in these first 12 years. If you go to the next slide. We have a slightly tongue-in-cheek ambition, which is to make beer Windsor's top attraction. And I know there's a healthy local rivalry as to what that is, but that's what we set out to do. And we have a little bit of fun there with Queen Victoria's statue and her not being amused. And my line to people is always that despite the castle having a 1,000-year head start, we're now up to second place. So we're number 2 of 46 things to do in Windsor, according to TripAdvisor. We have 5-star ratings. And that's really driven around the friendliness and the information that we give people. So if you look at the reviews that we get, people talk about the beer, they talk about the friendliness, they talk about how much they learn, and they talk about how much fun it is. And those are really important parts for us. Our brand promise, if you like, is to engage and entertain. So beer can be quite intimidating to people. And you'll see on a chart later on, there's a really nice quote, which I think sums up the thing that makes us different. So if we go on to the next chart, we've got 3 new things for you in 22. First of all, we took on the lease of the next unit, and we currently occupied 3 units in this industrial estate, and we've taken over the fourth one, which is now our brewery tap. A brewery tap is simply the name for the bar that is attached to a brewery. That's the technical word for it. That has given us a huge amount of space, and we are now able to offer daily brewery tours, and I'll show you more about that jolly character in the center who is not auditioning for Santa Claus. That's in fact Wildcat Willie, who's one of our brewers. And finally, on the right-hand side, sorry, I'm actually in the tap room, as you can hear. I hope it's not too noisy. And on the right-hand side is our Royal Windsor beer, Castle Hill, which is currently bubbling away and is out on sale on the 6th of February when the Jubilee celebrations start. So I'll just talk about those in a little more detail on the next slide. Okay, as we said, you can, if I spin the screen, you can't see spin the screen, but I'm sat here in the tap room at the moment. It's a tap room and shop. It's 200 square meters. It's beautifully kitted out. It's very much follows the fabric of the building, and it has a very much a craft scene feel to it. We have a ground floor, and we also have a separate mezzanine upstairs, which can take about 30 people. So if you have a group of people of up to 30 who want to have a private area, we can look after those as well. We have 30 draft cask and keg beers on tap, and that includes guest beers and ciders. We're very much trying to welcome people into the world of craft beer. We have a wide selection of canned beers as well, and we have a shop for take home and souvenirs. We this year actually are able to offer kind of a buy now, collect later, because we know beer is quite a heavy thing, and some people might want to visit us in the morning and then go on to do other things, see the other sites of Windsor. And we have a system now where you can buy now and collect it later. For the non-drinkers, we have tea, coffee, and soft drinks, obviously, and we have a fully fitted kitchen. So we do meals and we do snacks. And I love Instagrammable toilets. We've always had a thing about doing really nice toilets. So we just have a lot of fun with them. For example, in the gents toilet, we have a woodworking bench that all the sinks sit on. So it's not the normal place you take photographs of, but a surprising number of people do take pictures in our toilets. If I move on to the next chart, as I said, the biggest thing I think this allows to do is that we are now able to offer daytime brewery tours. And what we've suggested is that starts Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. We can do morning and or afternoon, and we're very flexible around times to fit in with you. We can also do Monday as well. Friday starts to get very busy in the bar. We just have a lot of people coming in here to drink, and it starts to become a little more difficult for us to do Friday tours, but certainly Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Monday's pretty good as well. Our regular tour takes 90 minutes. There's an option for a kind of a speedier one if you've got less time. So if you need something done in 60 minutes, or if you want to just kick back and relax and enjoy yourself, it's very easy for us to run it for another 30 to 120 minutes. The minimum tour that works for these sort of tours, which are where we'll be running them just for you, is 20. I think exactly as Don said, we do understand how that this year people are getting back to coming out and visiting places. So we are flexible with that. Ideally, we'd keep it to always above 15. It's just a really nice number. Any more than that, and then a bit as like Amanda was saying, we would break the tour down into 3 groups. So we'd have 3 groups of 20. We're unique as a brewery in the southeast in that we have a walkway. So normally when you do a brewery tour, you're looking up and you're kind of staring up the vessels. With us, we have a walkway that runs around the top of the brewery. So you can look into the vessels, you can see the beers brewing, you can smell the beer brewing. And we're very generous. People always have 4 or 5 beers to try, and we're not hard and fast on that. If they want a couple more, we'll do that as well. We don't really count. We're not penny pinching when it comes to the beer we give away. When we do a consumer tour on a Saturday, it's £25 a head. What we propose we do here for the organised tours is to do it for £20 a head ex VAT. We're also looking at doing a burger and a pint promotion. We're just doing the costing of that, but it'll be something as close we can get to £10, no more than £12. And we're very happy to discuss operator incentives if you talk to us about things that might help you, whether that's free place on the tour or some food and drink, or just a place for somewhere for you guys to work. And if you look at the details of the review down below, it's really quite nice. It just talks about a recent one. It was a couples tour that they came here. Wildcat Willie gets a name check. But what I like about it, it says here, if you like your ale and want to know more, then come here. And if you don't like your ale and want a bit of fun, then come here too. In other words, we do cater for beer lovers and also beer novices as well. The final thing to talk about on the next chart is our plans for the Platinum Jubilee. There is a very long history of brewing special occasion beers, particularly royal events, but not just royal events. So we've done ones for the 200th anniversary of the Battle of Waterloo. We've done it for the 800th anniversary of Magna Carta. And what we've created this year is a display, some display boards that feature some of those beers. The chart on the left is an example of the ones that we've done for Royal Weddings, and the Magna Carta at the bottom. This year's beer is called Castle Hill. It's a platinum pale ale. It's 5% in bottle. We use raw farm barley, we use hops from New Zealand, and we use champagne yeast. So it's very much about accessibility. It's very much about giving people something to enjoy or to give as a gift. In terms of its local roots, not only is the barley local, but so is the artwork. So we work with a local artist who's created the artwork with us, and we will have that artwork and some of our other works on display. And we have a 3-bottle gift box, which people really like to pick up and take home with them as a souvenir. So that's our 3 things that are new for 22. We have the new tap room, we have the daytime tours, and we have our Jubilee Platinum Ale. And so finally, if you just the last chart, those are my contact details. If you want to know more, you've got any questions, please just contact me or contact us through Julia, and we'll be very happy to explain some more to you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bob. Did you want to just show turn your phone to show the venue or not?
Yeah, I can do. What can you see from here? Have you got a large picture of you, or am I a small screen on your thing? Is that
depends what people have got? Okay. Yeah, that's good.
So can you see that's the mezzanine upstairs? We've got the brewers meeting happening down there. That's our bar with some people in, and behind me, not open at the moment, is the kitchen, and there's the shop there. So it's a really lovely venue. We're talking with wedding planners at the moment, and we've got 2 people who are tendering to run weddings here, alternative sort of weddings for 2023.
Great, thank you.
Brilliant. I think we're over to David now.
Indeed. I'll just share my screen in a moment. So, good afternoon, everyone. As I'm sure you all know, the River Danube separates Buda from Pest in Hungary's capital. Not so well known, however, is the same is true of the towns of Windsor and Eton, where the Thames separates the 2 towns. I'm here today to talk to you about Eton, which of course is home to the world famous college, and that's just 3 minutes from Windsor's Coach Park, along the river and across the bridge. So moving into the slides. I'm here representing the Eton Information Centre, which was established a couple of years ago to provide information to visitors in Eton as distinct from Windsor. We work fairly closely with Eton College, promoting their museums, galleries and tours, but we also produce local maps with walks around the countryside, around Windsor and Eton, as well as having a healthy supply of art from local artists and locally sourced gifts. In the last year, we trialled and are now delighted to offer a package of guided walks, which will introduce you to the key sites of Eton, including the historical sites, buildings of architectural significance, photo opportunities, modern art, and many of the fascinating and interesting statues in the town, together with a vast array of small independent food shops, restaurants and hostelries. No, I don't seem to be able to move my slides. Oh, there we go. The guided tour that we offer has at its heart a walking tour of Eton and the college grounds, but can be packaged with a variety of other things, which I'll cover in a couple of minutes. All of our tours are hosted by local people who are thoroughly expert in the town itself, as well as the history of the locality. We offer tours starting with groups of 12 people, and where the groups are larger, we split them down into 12, each with its own guide that will take them around from beginning to end. The walks are on paved surfaces level, so suitable for all sorts of walking abilities. And there's a couple of steps, but nothing of any significance. Timings can be to suit your programme. The shortest walk is 30 minutes. Typically, we offer a 2-hour walk that's packaged up with other visitor attractions and often lunch. But that can be morning or afternoon or the full day to suit what it is that you have in mind. All of the walks we have include a full colour souvenir of the walk with the notes that people may have heard during the course of the walk, and a complimentary group photo which we send to you by email. The walks generally start at the Windsor Coach Park or the railway station with their introduction, and then go on from there. The picture here is of one of the parks that we have in Eton, which is a super place to stop and loiter for a little while. Here's a view of the college chapel and college buildings, and some illustrations of the sorts of things that you might see on a walk around Eton, the town and college. We might take a look into Schoolyard, where there's a statue of King Henry VI, the founder of Eton College, or a visit to the King of Siam's garden, who was one of the famous pupils of the college and established a garden in his memory after he left. We would visit the playing field that's home to the war game, and perhaps look in the chapel to see the saviour of the college, William Waynflete. Spotting Sir Anthony Gormley's statue is a bit harder, however, because that's high up on a building in a very unusual place and quite often takes the breath away. We could also see where William and Harry, two of Eton's most famous pupils, lived and worked whilst they were pupils here at the college. A walk around Eton and the college can be packaged with a variety of other things, and here are some of the things that we might build in. The museums and galleries of Eton College are available. There are 3 museums and a number of galleries. The museums include the Museum of Eton Life, which has objects and costumes and ephemera which tell the story of life for a boy at the school, and take it from its foundation in 1440 to the present day. And that's probably one of the most popular museums that visitors wish to see. The Natural History Museum has over 10,000 artifacts within its stead, and includes a very large bird collection. The Museum of Antiquities houses the college's collection of Egyptian artifacts in a specially built building for that purpose. In terms of galleries, at the moment we have exhibitions, one which is on the Veery Gallery, which is located just across Schoolyard within the college, which is showing an exhibition about Henry VI, the founder of the college. The college library is showing an exhibition about Thomas Gray, a local poet famous for the elegy, Thomas's elegy. And the Tower Gallery has an exhibition about Anne Thackeray Ritchie, who was daughter of William Makepeace Thackeray, one of the contemporaries of Charles Dickens. The gallery shows change throughout the year, and so we need to talk to you about what was on at the time in order to be able to include the galleries, but the museums are open throughout the year. Typically we package the walking tour around Eton with something else from the locality, either an open top bus tour with one of the 2 local operators. That takes about an hour and goes around Eton and Windsor with some fabulous views of the castle as it travels between the 2 towns. And there's also the opportunity to take a boat trip, either from French Brothers, who were earlier in this presentation, or to take a river and road trip combined with the splash tours from the Duck. Lunch is also typically packaged with the tour, and here we have a picture of the George, which is one of Windsor and Eton Brewery's pubs in Eton, which is a very popular venue because it has a super outdoor space, which is wonderful in the sunshine for taking lunch. Bringing all of those together means that the price and duration of the tour is variable to suit your needs. Typically, a tour that we ran in 2021 ran from 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning through to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, including 2-hour walk, lunch at one of the local pubs, perhaps the George, followed by a bus tour or river trip, and then back to the coach. But we can, as I said, organise that to suit the needs that you have and to fit the timings that you have. Here's a picture from one of the tours we did in 2021 with some of the things that people on that tour said about it. They loved it, and we think you will too. So do get in touch with us, either at our email address here, info@visiteaton.info, or follow us on Instagram and get in touch that way to talk to us more about the tour that we can offer for you. We'd love to welcome you to Eton. So I think now I'm handing over to Ian to tell us about the castle.
Thank you, David. Great, okay, hopefully everybody can see that. So my name is Ian, I'm the Senior Sales and Business Development Manager at Royal Collection Trust. We facilitate and manage the opening of all of the Queen's official residences. So you may recognise Buckingham Palace, Windsor Castle, and the Palace of Holyrood House up in Edinburgh. Oh, sorry. Bear with me. It's not going to do that, that's fine. I've just got a short video here, hopefully you can all hear the sound, just to give you an introduction to the castle. Okay. So the castle is now open from Thursday to Mondays. It is remaining closed on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, at least in 2022 and possibly into 2023 as well. We just, sorry for the interruptions, but I can't see my notes. So I'm just going to talk through. As part of the visit as well, people can also see the fruits of the Future Programme works, which lasted from 2017 through to 2020. We invested, we had a capital investment of £27 million at the castle. And as a result, we've opened new areas of the castle. We have a fantastic new learning centre with state-of-the-art equipment, which is available for both child and adult courses. We have our first permanent cafe now in the medieval Undercroft, as well as an enlarged admission centre. So our security hall has been more than doubled in size. The castle is now a time-ticketed venue. It has been since 2020, so it is essential that you pre-book all of your groups online before you visit. So gone are the days of turning up and standing in a very large queue down Castle Hill. We are now asking everybody to pre-book into their time slots, and group bookers do still receive a 10% discount off our standard rates when you're booking 15 or more people. Included in a standard visit are the multimedia guides. They were all recently updated. So there's even more information in there than ever before. As I mentioned, we do offer group rates, and we also have a free image download service on our website. So if you're wanting some images of the castle in order to promote your tours, we can offer you those as well. New things coming up this year, touched on by pretty much everyone, is of course the Platinum Jubilee. Now we are having 3 different displays across the UK in order to celebrate this milestone. We are celebrating the Queen's accession and that year of accession at Buckingham Palace from July till October. At Windsor Castle, we are celebrating the Queen's coronation. And in Edinburgh, we have a display at Palace of Holyrood House looking at the previous Jubilees. So going on display at the castle, this is the first part of the press release which has been released so far. In St George's Hall, it's going to be a really great display of the Queen's coronation dress and also the robe of estate, which are shown here. The last time they were on display was in 2013 at Buckingham Palace to celebrate the anniversary of the coronation, but this will be the first time that they're being displayed and exhibited at Windsor Castle, and that's running from the 7th of July through to the 26th of September. It's included as part of a ticket, so you don't need to pay extra for it. Also this year, we are excited to be reopening Frogmore House, which some of you may know. It's a royal retreat. The Queen still uses it very often to walk the dogs. And it was originally built for Queen Charlotte and the princesses. And we're opening the house this year, but also we're opening the gardens as part of a group visit. Included in that for the first time, people will also have a tour of the external areas of Queen Victoria's Tea House, the Gothic ruin, and much requested the Royal Mausoleum, which is the final resting place of Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. There's a picture there on the right hand side. The tour won't include the inside of the Royal Mausoleum, but there is still so much information to learn. So the garden's being included for the first time. It's open Monday to Fridays, and they are set group tours. So you need to be a group of 15 or more to book this product. And we're also doing a joint ticket with the Savile Garden. So if maybe you're not going to visit the castle because you're coming on a Tuesday or a Wednesday when the castle's closed, you can still fill a day by visiting Frogmore House and Gardens and then having a joint visit to the Savile Garden. All of those are available to book on our website. Other products for this year, we do some group talks for people who want to learn a bit more information about things at the castle. So we're bringing the talks back this year. We have one on the fire at the castle, and new to this year we have another called the Queen's Castle, which covers the last 80 years of the Queen's life in connection with Windsor Castle, from Princess through to Queen and right up to the present day. And we also offer private tours of the castle in the evenings, and those are back on sale as well. Now that I can see my notes, let me see what I forgot to tell you. No, I think that is pretty much everything. As I mentioned, the Frogmore House product, we are really excited to be including the gardens for the first time this year. So they sold out very quickly, so we've actually just put more dates and times on sale. So as I said, all of that's available on the Royal Collection Trust website. Happy to take any questions.
That's great. Thank you very much, Ian, and everybody else. Just before we open up the questions, there is one in there at the moment for Amanda. I don't know if you've seen it, Amanda, but Kevin Hunt has asked, are any of your guides qualified language teachers so they can assess and adjust their tours for international students?
Right, so let me read it. Yes, thank you, Karen. I did see it. Yes, we have guides living in the town who speak German, French, Italian, and Spanish. And if there are any other languages, we can also bring in guides who are Windsor accredited guides to to do other languages as well. There is it's a slightly higher fee for a language guide than an English speaking guide. If you get in touch with us, I'll look up what that is.
That's great, thank you very much. And then Julia's answered a question about if people want to use the logos for the Platinum Jubilee. And she's put in the chat box the contact of Helen Sandham and her email address for permission to use the logos. Now, I can open up, and has anybody got any questions for any of the partners here today?
I was just going to say, Karen, for the standard Platinum Jubilee logo, the main one, that's readily available on the Royal Households website, which is royal.uk. You can download it from there in different CSV, JPEG formats.
That's great, thank you very much. Any other questions? I also would say, if you're interested in Frogmore House, the tours are only available in August and do get back booked up. So if you want to go this year, then I suggest that you organise your group and your tour and get booking. Okay, no questions. Any of the partners missed? Oh, what? So from Anne Barnes to everyone, what facilities are there for coach parking? Julia, would you like to pick that up?
Yeah, well, in central Windsor, we have the Alma Road Coach Park, which is, it's very central. So it's a very good facility, very centrally located for Windsor and Eton. I would add that we are planning a bit of a facelift for the coach park as well. So it looks particularly grotty at the moment, which has been all right while nobody's been there, but we're very conscious that, you know, we want you to start coming back. So it, at the very least, it's going to have a deep clean before the start of the season. So the Windsor Coach Park, very centrally located. If you go out to Maidenhead, there is a small amount of coach parking along the riverside. If you were looking at boat trips from the Maidenhead end, there is some provision out there. And then for Frogmore, I'm not too sure, Ian.
For Frogmore, you actually park on site. When you make your bookings, you're given special instructions. The only thing to note with Frogmore is that because you're going inside the security boundary of the Great Park, the driver has to stay with the coach. So your driver can't be part of the tour. So they will come in, they will drop the guests off, the visitors off at Frogmore House. They will then be driven to a secure location where they have to stay with the vehicle, and then they're told to come and pick them up afterwards.
And then there's ample coach parking at the Savile Garden as well. So if you are doing that combination, hopefully you're well catered for there.
There's another question come in. Oh, just thank you very much. If anybody would like to unmute and ask a question, very happy to hear from you. Okay, I think probably then we've just about coming to the end of the session. Just to say thank you for sharing with us today and listening to everybody. Tomorrow, just want to say we have Shakespeare's England in the morning, and in the afternoon we have a new one for our sessions, Visit Devon, who are bringing together South Devon, England's Riviera, Exeter, Plymouth, and Devon. It's the whole of the county as well. So we look forward to hearing from them. And we've obviously got more towards the end of the week as well. So please keep in touch with us and keep joining us. It's lovely to see you all. And thank you very much, Windsor and everybody, and all of our visitors.
Thank you very much.
Tomorrow.
Thank you.
See you all soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.